Welcome in. It is From the Sidelines. Ryan, the bracket is set.
It is out. And so is our tournament. So
Yeah, bracket tournament's live on ESPN. If you haven't joined it yet, join it now.
we had the link posted a couple of times, password FTS.
Link is posted on our page. So make sure you join that.
Yep, we'll be in it as well, but we can't win. So
Yeah.
we'll just see how we do.
Yeah, for sure. So enter the winning bracket and you will have a chance to win. Probably we're thinking like a graded card with some substantial, not like $1,000 graded card, but we're thinking like $15 to $20 value graded cards.
Yeah,
so
we ain't big yet. We can't afford the big ones yet. But when we get there, we can.
Yeah. Anyway, so make sure you join that. The link is in our page. So
Yep. Several times. And like I said, if it requires a password, it's FTS, but it might not either. So I don't know. For me, it didn't. So I don't know about others. So, but yeah, join it, share your friends, and invite them over as well.
For sure. So what? First take, Ryan. What's your initial take on the tournament? Who you taking? Who do you like? Who do you like in it? Who's your Cinderella story? I mean, we got our brackets right here. Yep. Who's your Cinderella this year?
I like that UConn's number 8. I wish they were a little higher just because I've always been a UConn fan because of Huskies.
I can't believe they've had a rough year.
Yeah, they have, especially compared to last year. So
Dan Hurley's kind of worn out his welcome a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
Not at UConn, but he definitely likes to chirp with fans, right?
Yeah, he does. I know they've done it in the past, and I've got them again. I don't know why. Maybe it's just because I really rooted for them last time, and it's been a while since. But I got VCU.
VCU.
Mm-hmm.
That's because they're playing BYU in the first round, isn't it?
No, that has nothing.
That's
to do
the
with
only
BYU.
reason you have VCU.
That
is
does not
because
have anything.
they're playing. You're like, all right,
Mm-hmm.
who's playing BYU here?
I don't like. I don't know. That's just a name that stuck out as like my gut feeling. But I got them going to the Elite 8.
They have a good defensive team. I've been kind of watching. I think BYU is a very good team, and I think they will end up winning the game. I have BYU, I think, going to the Sweet. Nope. I think I have them losing in the second round, but I don't have them going very far. But
so losing to Wisconsin?
But VCU, yeah. I mean, I do like the Wisconsin. I don't know. It's really hard. I probably did like 5 or 6 different versions of this bracket. None of them are the same, But
dude, you just don't know. You can't predict this stuff. Like,
did you see the end of the Alabama State game tonight?
Yeah, a full court pass that's deflected to his own guy and lays it in with 0.7 left. That
wild. That's what
already here, man.
Welcome to March Madness. Seriously. It's already here, right?
Yeah, insane. Great start though to March Madness. So we'll see what other big surprises we have. So it's a lot of fun. Yeah.
Any other Cinderellas?
We got on here. Question is, there's always the 12 beating the number 5, and I've looked at them, and I'm not the only one that kind of sticks out. That kind of has a chance is, I mean, I don't see UC San Diego being Michigan. I don't. The one I do have is Colorado State being Memphis. That's about the only one I can see actually.
Yeah, but can you trust? So I was talking to Dave.
No, you can't.
But our RIP Dave. But I was talking to Dave earlier today. We were kind of talking. He was asking me who I have, who I like. You can't trust the Mountain West schools in the NCAA tournament. Inevitably, they will let you down.
Yeah.
Without fail.
Right.
I mean, maybe that's a little harsh.
Maybe a little.
But I have Utah State going out really quick, and I have Colorado State going out really quick because you just can't trust them. So I was like, that one.
I was surprised Utah State was so high though.
Right.
10,
The other 5-12 over here in the East is Oregon and Liberty.
I don't see Liberty beating Oregon either.
I don't see a 5-12 winning. Maybe an 11-4.
11-6.
11-6. 11. Yeah. No. 4-13. That's what I meant to say.
No, 4-13. Yeah, like I said, that's the only reason why I have Colorado State, just to answer that question. But even then, it's kind of like, I don't know. But that's the only one that I could really see happening.
Dude, someone's telling me this High Point Purdue game is going to be more intense than a lot of people give it credit for. I think High Point won the Atlantic 10, if I remember right. I think that's the conference they're in. And Purdue has had, with what's his name? I just lost it.
I'm not sure.
Zach Edey?
Zach Edey, yeah.
Zach Edey over Memphis now. They've had a couple of really good years, right?
Mm-hmm.
The Big Ten was very competitive this year. So, we'll see.
Yeah. I don't know. It's hard.
It's always hard, right? Like, this tournament is just, like, so unpredictable. Any seedings you disagree with? I have a couple. I want to hear your analysis first or your thoughts first. Any seeding that you disagree with?
I mean, just looking at some of the... Now, I don't know what they use at the credentials or whatnot that you have to use to get in or anything, but like just going off records, I mean, you have Wofford or who I don't even know who that is, where they come from or anything, but they're barely a 500, 19 and 15, and they got in at a 15 seed.
I think they won their tournament. But
is that it?
Hey, sometimes it's hard to get right.
Yeah, I don't know, but I mean, that's wild.
Here's the thing I don't agree with.
Baylor got 9 with 14 losses.
What?
Baylor got 9 with 14 losses.
I mean, the Big 12, that's hard. There's no really, like, stuck out to you. Houston's 30-4. Houston's a good team.
Mm-hmm.
Because they made BYU look like BYU had sent their JV squad the other day. So Houston's a good team. There were a lot of Big 12 teams. That's a good conference, so that makes a little bit of sense. You got Kansas in here. You got Baylor. You got BYU. Who else do you have? Texas Tech. Anyway, you have quite a few. So, shout out to the Big 12 there.
Yeah.
See if I'm missing any.
Dude, it's just so hard with March Madness, man. Like, there's always so many upsets. You can't predict it. Like, it's crazy.
How deep do you think Duke's going to go?
In one bracket, I have them going all the way, actually.
Do you?
I do.
I see. I think I have them going to the championship game. That all depends on the health of Cooper Flag, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like, they actually performed pretty good in the ACC tournament without him.
Right.
But they lost their top two players, and you can't sustain a tournament run without your top two, especially if they're to the caliber that Cooper Flag is.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think there's any way you sustain that, right?
It's hard.
So that kind of had me a little hesitant on Duke on one of my brackets.
I mean, even when you do have them healthy, it's still hard.
But the years I picked Duke to do nothing, they win it. And the years I picked Duke to do everything, they lose in the first round. So it's really hit and miss. Love-hate relationship for me with Duke. So
you have them going to the final and losing to who?
Florida, actually. I did not want to pick an SEC team, and we'll get to that. Actually, let's get to that right now.
Okay.
How many SEC teams made the field this year?
Oh, I don't know. Off the top
14.
of my head.
16-team conference and 14 teams from the SEC made the NCAA tournament.
That's wild. I'm glad you counted them because I had no idea.
But isn't that ridiculous? Wild. If you finish 14th in your conference, you should not be in the NCAA tournament.
And you still make it. That's crazy.
Like there's no room for you in the end. I'm sorry. You should be out. 14, I mean,
that's crazy.
Was it a tough conference? I get it, but they have like some 10 or 12 loss. I think at least a 10 loss team in Kentucky in here. Which
Kentucky had
or 11. Is it 11? Oklahoma has 13 losses.
Kentucky had 11.
I mean, you can't tell me that there weren't other more deserving teams than
Boise State.
12. Well, Boise State had an argument. I mean, they struggled here and there this year. They gave it their all in their conference tournament. I was really hoping they would come out and get that, but
they did not show up that game, so hence why they're not here.
So that's probably like the biggest thing I disagree with. The other thing,
that's wild.
And I know that they're taking it to San Diego State right now, but how the heck did North Carolina get in? They had one quad one win, right? So like what's considered a power conference in basketball, they had one win.
Right.
How do you get in?
Nah. I'll tell you how.
The brand name or the fact that your AD is on the selection committee?
Although he had nothing to do with it, or he didn't get a bonus for them getting in, or
whatever. He got a $12 million bonus.
Yeah, I know that's a little sarcasm there.
Stupid.
There's definitely some pull right there.
Yeah,
I guarantee it's rigged.
So another thing that we were looking at is like, where do you stand on that? Because I mean, it happens in college football too, right?
Mm-hmm.
College football playoff selection committee has current ADs on the selection committee. I don't think there should be any current ADs.
There shouldn't, because then you're gonna run into issues like these, and
right. You can't say that it's not tied to money. If I'm gonna make a $12 million bonus, you bet your bottom dollar I'm gonna do everything I can to convince my cohorts on that committee.
Mm-hmm. To vote
to get my team in.
Yeah,
right?
100%. $12 million. Oh yeah, I'll give you $250,000. I'll give you $250,000. Yeah. I mean, I'll take that big bonus.
So I don't necessarily. I mean, and I get that you have the brand, right?
Mm-hmm.
But where does NCAA, like, where does the NCAA benefit more from? Is it from the Cinderella stories, the UMBCs coming in and beating Virginia?
Mm-hmm.
Or is it in having Duke, Kentucky, your blue chip programs? Like, I'm more interested in tuning in when somebody starts to make a Cinderella.
The Cinderella stories. It's kind of both. I like watching those bigger teams get beat by these Cinderella stories, and that's when it's really fun.
Right, like UMBC.
Yeah,
that was so cool.
That was awesome.
I remember watching that game live.
Yeah. No one even thought that was going to happen.
Or George Washington University. Remember that, like, high school years?
Yeah.
Watching George Washington make a run. James Madison, I believe, made a run one year.
Yep.
You know, the U.S. presidents made a run at it. Donald Trump University's next.
Or Davidson, back when they had Steph Curry.
Yeah, that was awesome. Did you know awesome. I was actually looking at the statistics of that today? That's tied to our top 5. But Steph in that tournament averaged 34.3 points a game.
That's wild.
And that's when the legend of Steph Curry was developed.
Mm-hmm.
But everybody hated him, right? Not hated on him, but they hated on him. He took Davidson to the Sweet 16.
Mm-hmm. That's why he was hated on. Oh, smaller.
Have you ever heard of Davidson since? Like, they had a good few years after he left.
But nothing in the past while.
Interestingly enough, he is the GM now for the Davidson men's basketball.
I saw that.
That's kind of cool.
He's like the first current player to be in such a position.
Yeah, I thought that was really cool. But yeah.
See, I don't know. It'll be interesting.
Taking Lipscomb to beat Iowa State. Okay, tell me this. BYU beat Iowa State twice this year. Not once.
One in double overtime in Iowa State, I do believe.
One double overtime. Beat them in the Big 12 tourney.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, they had their troubles in the first half and then came out in the second half and played really, really well. How
they're number 3.
Does Iowa State get number 3 and BYU gets a number 6 seed?
I could not tell you.
Tell me that.
Like, I legit...
you beat this team. Like, I don't know if they just gave, like, the bracket to toddlers, maybe, and said, hey, here are the teams you need to put in. Just put them wherever.
Yeah.
Right? Because the VCU game, so I'll be rooting for my Buckeyes. You know, I'll always root for my Buckeyes. They didn't make the tournament. Things probably getting shaken up in Columbus, right?
Mm-hmm.
But I'll root for the Cougars any day of the week, right? And the VCU matchup scares me because it reminds me of like a watered down Houston squad. Houston squad.
Weren't you just giving me crap saying, "Oh, you're only taking them because they're playing BYU"?
No, it does worry me. Like I'm legit. Like I will get that. I just you're petty enough that you would pick VCU just because they're playing BYU.
No, and I explained why I wanted them.
You're petty enough.
I explained why I wanted
them. You hate BYU and that you would pick them just because BYU is the but
BYU.
Flipping it, Francis just commented, BYU is this year's Cinderella team. Is BYU really a Cinderella team if they're a 6th seed?
Now, what's the definition
qualifies?
of that?
Right, like what qualifies as a Cinderella team?
I'd say double
digit seed. Like that's almost where I would go.
Can we stop with this twin telepathy crap or what?
Jinx, remember watch the Bluey episode?
Yeah,
where Bandit plays Jinx where Bandit tells them about Jinx back in the 80s.
Mm-hmm.
It's a good Bluey episode.
Oh yeah.
We need to do like top 5 Bluey episodes on a podcast. But anyway, like a double-digit seed, right? Like that's my take on it.
It would almost have to be. But yeah, a 6 is too high, I feel, to be a Cinderella story.
Yeah. Otto said Ohio State spent too much on football to leave any money for basketball.
I mean, it's kind of like
also true.
It's kind of like Houston. They have no football team, but basketball, they're great.
Yeah, I've watched Houston live. They literally don't have a football team. Their basketball team might even be able to play better than their football team.
Right. But then you have some schools like Michigan. They good at both, I guess.
Are they good at football? I guess they beat Ohio State, so I can't really go there right now. Anyway, my question is, should playing games involve 11 seeds? I think it should be all 16 seeds. Like, if you're the last 4 in, there's no way in Hades that you should get an 11 seed.
Yeah. North Carolina, for example, looks like they're going to be an 11 seed.
Like, how does that even make that make sense for me, Ryan?
I can't.
Well, that doesn't surprise me, but...
Well, can you make it make sense?
Can't make it make sense either. But you got a 10-loss Texas A&M team at number 4. I believe I've been trying to find Kentucky on here.
They're number 3, 22-11.
I'm surprised Kansas is a 7 seed. BYU is a 6 seed. BYU beat Kansas by 30 points. Like, Jeez. At least, like, Kansas isn't. Yeah, they're the number 3, and they've lost 11 games.
Yeah, make it make sense.
Like, we can tell the SEC. I don't know. We can go on and on about this, but yeah, I tried, but it's really hard when there's 14 SEC teams in here.
Yeah, almost.
Do not take one of them to make a deep run. And that Florida team looked pretty good throughout the SEC tournament. They beat some good teams.
Yeah, they did.
Because Bama and Auburn kind of ran that conference for the whole year.
Then Auburn kind of
fell off at the end.
It's still got
I'd be real worried if I was an Auburn team.
Yeah,
because I don't see you making a deep run. Like, I actually think I had them losing to Creighton.
I was gonna say, watch out for the second round against Louisville or Creighton.
Yeah, either one of those teams I think could take that Auburn team.
Both those teams have been able to make runs in these tournaments, and so watch out for them. Because Auburn, when was the last time you've really heard of Auburn being good in basketball?
I think when they had the round mound of rebound.
Yeah.
You know who that is?
No.
Come on, man.
Not off the top of my head.
Charles Barkley. Oh. The round mound of rebound.
Yep. Yeah. So it's been a while. I mean, whereas Louisville and Creighton, it seems like they're always in it, always playing, and always winning a couple.
Right. Francis said that UNC team is trash. I'm an UNC fan.
Mm-hmm.
So even like the fans don't think they should be in there.
Yeah, especially in 11. Maybe a 16, but no way they should be getting that 11 spot, man.
Otto says no playing game should be an 11 seed.
100%.
I agree with that. Otto has Duke winning it all.
Duke winning it all.
Francis, who do you have winning it all? Is it UNC? Are they going to make a tournament run with one quad one win?
They would qualify as a Cinderella story, correct? Double digit, 11 seed.
Yeah, right.
Makes sense. There's your Cinderella story, Francis. UNC.
What was it, 50 years ago? No, almost 50 years ago. 1977, ISU beat UCLA.
I remember that.
Like a team that hadn't lost in like 70-something games.
Mm-hmm.
ISU beat UCLA. That was cool. Let's have a game like that.
That'd be
a
awesome,
USMBC game, you know?
Oh, yeah. That'd be so cool.
Don't trust Michigan State. That's my other advice when you're filling out a tournament bracket.
Don't trust Michigan State.
Don't trust Michigan State because
they have Draymond Green there. Trust them.
The 2 years. Francis I got Duke.
Duke as well.
I had Michigan State going deep 1 year. And that was the year they lost as a 2 seed. So nice. I think I had them winning it all and just destroy my bracket for the whole year.
One of those bracket busters.
And that's when I learned you can never trust somebody from Michigan.
How about...
Do we have any listeners from Michigan?
How about I'll take this upset. Grand Canyon beat number 4 Maryland.
I like it. I actually had a feeling about Grand Canyon. So I could see it happening.
Yeah.
The
Me
crazy
too.
one. Do you watch? So John Gruden, right?
Mm-hmm.
Joined Barstool Sports.
Yep.
Right. Do you follow him on Twitter at all?
No.
He's hilarious.
I
So
rarely ever get on it.
everyone sends him or X. Sorry, Elon. Don't.
Okay,
send
now I'm
Doge.
with you. No,
Don't send Doge after me. Anyway, so not Elon. So John Gruden, he gets boxes from different teams, right? Like Utah sent him one, the Raiders send him one. The job he kind of got screwed out of, but anyway, we won't talk about that. Who else? Oregon State sent him one. Just a bunch. Well, Omaha, the number 15 seed, in playing against St. John's. That St. John's team, led by Rick Pitino, I think could go a long way, but I digress. Anyway, that number 15 Omaha team, they have this weird tradition where after they get a win, they beat a trash can in their locker room. And John Gruden's like, I love it. Beating the trash can. Yeah, my Omaha. It was hilarious, dude. I freaking love watching. You got to follow him. If you don't follow him, you got to follow him because he makes opening a box of like gear like entertaining.
Hmm.
Yeah.
You know, you guys are allowed to send us boxes of stuff too. We'll make it.
Yeah.
We'll make stuff entertaining as well.
BYU, if you want to send us a box, I will open it on air. Ryan will open it on air.
I would for free stuff. I would.
Yeah.
Any school.
Ryan would wear a BYU hat.
I would rep it on an episode.
Cheap enough that he would wear that.
I'd rep it on an episode. I'd rep any team that wants to send us free gear.
Hey, you know what?
Free advertisement.
Barstool, if you want us to be like your Barstool Idaho guys, we're free agents right now.
Yeah, we're the top free agents in Idaho.
Yeah, I mean, who else are you going to get? Taysom Hill? No, he's not a free agent yet. So
yeah. And he's in New Orleans. So
he was from Idaho, though.
It's true, but he's in New Orleans right now. So
it's true. So is Kellen Moore. A couple Idaho boys and.
Well, Kellen Moore.
I think Kellen Moore's from Idaho, but he made a big impact on it.
In Idaho,
right?
Yeah. One of the best win percentages by college quarterback in history.
I digress, but it was really funny. So I think St. John's can make. I actually think I have them coming out of that. Well, I have them going to the Elite Eight because Florida comes out of that bracket.
Right.
That side of the bracket. Yeah. Man. I'm trying to remember. Marquette, I think I have weirdly doing a deep run.
Marquette. Okay, yeah. Number 7 there. How far do you have Auburn going?
I think I have them losing in the second round, honestly. I think they're my first number 1 seed to lose.
You did mention that.
Yeah. Houston, I think, will make a deep run. I think I could see them going to the Final Four. I think Tennessee will be a tough out because Tennessee started playing really well in that SEC tournament.
Yep. Got to get that timing right.
Yeah, for sure. Francis called you a sellout.
Wow, thanks, Francis. Don't act like you wouldn't wear the stuff either, dog.
Otto said they need to replace Bussin' with the boys. Francis said our new name's going to be from the Barstool lines. Hey, you know what? Barstool, if you wanted, we would change our name to anything.
100%.
Just don't make it. Don't make it too dirty.
If we do that, Francis, you're a sellout too. You're part of this.
Frank Lee Robinson said, "Go blue." Thanks, Frank.
Frank the Tank.
Francis said he'll send us a box. Sweet Francis, if you buy all the stuff we'll wear on air, I'll wear UNC.
You realize what that stuff's going to be?
University of North Carolina.
No, he'd probably go Yankees.
Oh, sorry, Francis. I'm not selling out that quickly. Anyway, fun times. Ryan, what's your favorite way to fill out a bracket? Is it going off seed? Is it going off doing a little bit of research, clicking the little info icons next to each matchup?
Dude, it's
looking at the top players. And BYU has Jackson Robinson, who now plays for Kentucky, is their top player. So that makes a lot of sense. Good job, ESPN.
Attaboy.
Barstool, we're still free agents, so hit us up.
We have our contact info.
Hey, and we are on TikTok now. So
that's true. Check us out. We've got not many videos on TikTok, but we're on TikTok.
But we got a couple of good ones. Our boy Francis, hacked our TikTok account.
Yep. No idea who this guy is, but
If he created it, does it count as hacking if he created it? I think he used our name, image, and likeness, and we need to be compensated for it.
Yeah, false advertisement in a sense.
I don't know. We'll have to talk with our legal team about that. So anyway,
so,
what's your favorite way?
Favorite
way to fill out a bracket?
Honestly, I kind of read the names, then kind of like them.
Do you pray about each one?
I don't pray about any of them. I just kind of go and because you don't know who's going to win it, because March Madness is so crazy. You don't know what's going to happen. So it's kind of like just go with my gut. I read them. Oh, boom, boom, boom. So it's almost more like gut instinct that I do.
Right.
So I don't know. But then there's some that are like,
If you haven't joined our tournament yet, our bracket challenge yet, make sure you do for starters. Francis wants to know how we have a legal team already. Ryan's got deep pockets.
Yeah. Remember, we're playing ball tomorrow night, dog.
Anyway, yeah, if you haven't filled one out yet, here are some ideas on how to fill out your bracket. First one is a mascot face-off, right? So if I'm pulling up, all right, let's go Arizona. Wildcats, right? Wildcats. Sorry. High School Musical hit a little bit right there. Anyway. You got Arizona, right? Wildcats. Playing the Akron Zips. Who's going to win that one?
Arizona.
Zip or Wildcat?
I don't even know what a zip is.
Yeah, what the hell is a zip? Is it like an electrical
zipper?
charge? I mean, good luck getting that on Wildcat,
Right.
Or if we go, let's see, what are some other ones?
Just pick out of a hat. Or you could be like that corgi dog. Yeah, the 2 team buckets at the bottom of the stairs.
Right, yeah, that's another way to do it. Pick out of a hat. Coin flip is another way. It's a pretty solid way. I mean, you probably have just as good of a chance of getting it right.
If not better.
Flips, if not better. The other one is color. So what color do you like better if BYU is playing? Do you like the blue versus like a yellow? What color do you like better?
But then at that point, you almost got to go with color on color. So like blue and white, yellow and black.
Right.
Because of that, honestly, I go blue over yellow. But when you go yellow and black, I really like yellow and black together.
Yellow and black together looks pretty cool.
Except the Steelers. Sorry, Wyatt.
We won't talk about the Steelers right now.
So at that point, I'd probably go yellow and black.
Right. Or, you got Memphis, the blue. I mean, anytime Memphis comes up, we know you're picking them because their uniforms alone.
Just football.
I mean, their basketball ones aren't bad either.
I haven't really checked them out.
Anyway, you got Memphis, the white and blue versus Colorado State.
Golden green.
White. I'm going to take white and blue all day. That looks
100%.
fresher than golden green, right?
Right.
I mean, not that I don't hate the golden green or the yellow and green. But that's another way. So you best uniform, random draw, just like you said, draw it out of a hat.
Mm-hmm.
One of mine was favorite food. Select teams based on the cuisine or food specifically of their region.
That take a little bit of work.
So, I mean, if you're a gumbo, you're going to take somebody from New Orleans.
Yeah.
You have a team from Massachusetts. I don't know what they have. What's popular in South Carolina or North Carolina, right?
Yeah, I couldn't tell
So
you.
Duke would be out really quick because I don't even know what's popular there. Yeah. I mean, if you had a Cougar Tail, BYU would make a deep run.
So, I mean, now what's a good food?
Cougar Tail and funeral potatoes and Jell-O.
Yeah.
Right.
What's a good food in Tennessee?
You got hot chicken in Tennessee. So
hot chicken, okay.
Hot chicken is really good.
Because I was going to say, then where's Wofford? We have no idea who or what they have.
It's true. So, I mean, that one would be pretty easy. The other one is geographic destination. So, you either pick a team that's closest to you.
Mm-hmm.
So, if we did that, BYU and Colorado State would be in the championship.
That's terrible.
In the championship, or you pick where you would want to travel to.
Travel to would be a little easier.
BYU would be out right away for you because there's no way you want to go to Provo, Utah.
No.
But Virginia wouldn't be bad.
Yeah.
Might be a little crazy right now, but wouldn't be bad in the long run, right?
Right. So, I don't know. It'd be interesting to see, just do those random ways and just see how a bracket turns out. So I don't know. It'll be interesting.
Francis said, "I am the legal team." Then Chris Otto volunteered to be the legal team,
Welcome
and
aboard,
Francis
Otto.
hired him. So,
there you go.
life comes at you fast, folks.
You can jump on a live and you're hired.
Yeah.
Hey, guess what, Francis? You're fired. Otto took over for you.
Francis also said, which NBA player could you put on a 16th seed team that would lead them to the promised land? That's a good question.
I'd say Steph or KD.
I think you could put LeBron. Like, he never played in the
If he's
NCAA
healthy,
tournament. If he's healthy, right?
Yeah.
Or Doncic. I think Doncic,
Yeah,
we watched him drag that Mavericks team. I mean, he had Kyrie.
Mm-hmm.
But, Doncic on that team, I mean, maybe? Maybe not?
I don't know.
Hard to say.
Yeah. I don't know if you could really put a lot on. Yeah, Steph and KD are about the only ones that really popped in my head that could be really make that impact.
I definitely think Steph. If LeBron is healthy, I would put LeBron on any team.
Mm-hmm. A younger LeBron, I would.
Yeah, prime, second time with the end of the first time with the Cavs, Heat,
And Cavs.
beginning of the second time with the Cavs.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, we say that as LeBron's at still scoring 31 points a game.
Yeah,
I mean, he's injured, but
still tearing it up.
40 years old and scoring 31 points a game. Karl Malone couldn't even dunk at 40. So
savage. No, you're not wrong.
I'm not wrong.
No. So I don't know. That's a good question. Who do you think, Francis? Who could do it? Anyone else besides who we've mentioned?
Yeah, do you guys? Yeah, right. Do you guys have anyone else on there that you think an NBA player they could take any one of the 16 seeds to the promised land? So go. It should be fun. I'm excited to watch games. Unfortunately, we have real jobs that we go to.
One day we won't.
One day we will have a From the Sidelines party, and we'll just have tons of screens up, or we'll just do it on a giant screen.
Mm-hmm.
Or we'll have a whole studio.
We'll have all the games going at once, and
we won't have to use the boss button ever.
The boss?
Yeah, they have a boss button that pulls up like a PowerPoint if your boss walks in.
Oh, yeah. I'm with you.
Used that a couple times in previous jobs. So
interesting.
Francis said, can you put Jalen Brunson?
No.
Francis, Ryan thinks Jalen Brunson's overrated. So there you have it.
Am I wrong or am I wrong?
I mean, he's kind of coming to his own.
He has. I'll give him that.
He's been playing pretty good.
Yeah.
The New York Wildcats.
Wildcats, yeah.
There are a lot of Wildcats. So who'd win versus a Wildcat, right? Would an Arizona Wildcat be a Villanova Wildcat?
I don't know. It just depends on the male.
I mean, male or female? Well, I think it's men.
That's not where I was going.
So.
I was not going that route.
Which region is the Wildcat more ferocious?
I mean, you have different types of Wildcats.
In New York or in Arizona?
I'd probably go Arizona.
Right. You got to have a little bit more survivals. Well, I don't know. New York, you got to have some survival skills in. So
yeah.
Francis is now demanding a severance pay.
No.
We'll get right on that, Francis. Anyway, I'm really excited. Again, for those watching, those who watch this,
get your brackets in.
Get your brackets in. We're really excited. We will have a giveaway for those who win.
Mm-hmm.
Courtesy of Ryan's card collection.
And share with your friends and tell them to get in, like our page, and follow as well.
Yeah.
So it'll be a lot of fun. The more the merrier. And the faster we grow, the more we can give away.
Yeah. And for those, so share, what am I trying to say?
I don't know.
Share the post, right? Share it with your friends.
That might be the point. They need the password, which is FTS.
Right. Again, password's FTS. So share it with your friends. Get them to enter. And if you have a friend that shares, who knows? Might get you some extra entries, or not extra entries, but extra points to your bracket total. So
Yeah.
share, like, subscribe. We are on YouTube now.
We're on YouTube,
TikTok,
Instagram,
X.
TikTok, Facebook.
We're on it all. We're taking over the world.
As far as I'm aware, we're on everything. So I don't think we have anything on our YouTube yet, but we got a YouTube.
We'll get there. Sooner or later, we're gonna have this double streamed to YouTube, and
Facebook
Facebook
at once. So you can watch us on both, or just one, or the other.
Or if you don't want to, spend an hour with us every Tuesday night,
which is lame.
Yeah, because who doesn't want to spend an hour with this guy?
The top free agents in Idaho in sports podcasting, right?
Right. We are the top free agents. Tell me somebody else in Idaho who has a better sports podcast than us.
I know one.
Damn it, Ryan.
But I'm not going to give him a shout out on here. Just kidding.
I hate
Sorry.
you. Anyway, thanks for ruining my life. Thanks for ruining my life.
All right, yeah.
Anyway, let's move on. NFL.
Money, money, money.
Money.
Still a lot of big things happening. I'll tell you what, crazy.
Yeah, we're almost 2 months past the NFL season ending.
Yep.
And we're still talking about it.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Do you talk? I'm just kidding.
2 weeks into NFL, free off season officially now.
Yeah.
1 week, technically.
Some of the highlights, the Vikings have spent over $200 million in contracts.
That's wild. However,
but they did lose most of their team last year.
Yeah. The Bengals spent more on just 2 players.
Dude, all right. Is that a recipe for disaster? Or could they be successful with it?
Dude, I don't. We saw the potential that it had, but we also saw how bad it killed their defense last year.
Right, and they're trying to trade Trey Hendrickson too.
Correct, because what money do they really have to give him anything now?
Right, you really have to hope you score in the draft on your offensive line and your whole
the D line. Yeah, so
and your not just the D line, your whole defense.
Yeah, and you
got nobody.
This is what makes me mad. Like
you got Jesse Bates walk.
Yeah, every year you keep having this freaking people resetting salaries and whatnot every year, and it's players who I'm like, why are you going to offer them that much? Like T. Higgins, 4 years, $115 million for a wide receiver number 2 is insane.
Right, we would have paid you that to be WR1 in Green Bay.
I mean, I don't remember who it was.
Sorry, I shouldn't speak for Ginkinst.
They said they would pay a cornerback that type of money before a wide receiver. I don't remember who it was. And I'm like, that's interesting. Because defense does win championships.
Sure.
I mean, so I thought about that. I'm like, that's a pretty good point. I mean,
yeah.
If you have that secondary defense locked down, because wide receivers are so talented nowadays. You have so many good ones. They're easily, in my opinion, easily replaceable compared to corners, where elite, top-notch corners are harder to come by. So,
yeah,
I don't know.
I mean, yeah, Vikings spending some money on the defensive line.
Yep, Javon Hargrave and Jonathan Allen.
Javon Holland going to the Giants. Also, Stingley Jr. getting as big a contract as they would have had to have paid Saquon.
Yeah. Derek Stingley with the Texans. This is a funny contract. 3 years, $90 million. 89 guaranteed. They can't guarantee the last $1 million. Oh no, we can't guarantee that.
That's too much. You're asking too much. 89 million, cool. 90 million.
We got to keep that extra $1 million.
Right. Joey Bosa going to the Bills.
Yeah. No one saw that coming.
I mean, you replace Von Miller with a younger, just as injury prone.
But who's better? I mean, honestly. I mean, career-wise.
But Joey Bosa's right.
He can be good, but
Joey Bosa's not right very often.
Right.
So.
And Von Miller, he's a freaking monster year after year.
Yeah.
I mean, how many defense players do you see, especially on the D-line, win Super Bowl MVP?
So, yeah, right. And what the Texans are doing makes no sense. Their secondary was also already really good, right? They had Stingley Jr.
Mm-hmm.
And then they go out and trade for CJGJ.
For, I don't know who. That trade.
But they trade Laramie Tunsil.
Yeah. Which, don't you want to protect Stroud?
Right, like that's what lost you games last year was not having any protection for CJ Stroud, right?
But then you see the Commanders, on the other hand, they go out and try and get the offense line to protect Daniels.
Yeah, they got Mekhi Becton.
No. Mekhi Becton went to the...
Did he go to the Chargers?
Chargers. Jaden Daniels, he plays for the Commanders.
Oh, I thought you said... I got my... Anyway, how did I get Commanders out of Chargers out of Commanders?
I have no idea. That's what I'm wondering, too. But we know that was a big pickup for the Chargers, too, Mekhi Becton.
It was.
Which I was sad to see him walk. I really thought he was going to come back to Philly. I mentioned that last week.
You guys did get Josh Uche.
We did. And it sucks. Last week I praised
CJ Jackson.
And then next day he gets traded. I'm like, what?
I do think the Eagles have easily the strongest quads in the game in their backfield. We might as well call it the quad field.
Mm-hmm. The quad backs.
The quad field.
I said.
No.
Why?
Quad field makes more sense.
Fine. Yeah, AJ Dillon, I really like that one.
Yeah, the quad father and Saquad. Then you got Jalen Hurts. So.
Yeah, dude, those three on the tush push.
I was kind of sad to see AJ Dillon go, but I do think it was interesting to me because I mean Saquon does have a lot more speed to his game than Josh Jacobs does, right?
Mm-hmm.
But I just don't think there was a fit with AJ Dillon and Josh Jacobs because I feel like their running style is very similar. And Matt LaFleur's scheme kind of flourished last year when you had the pound him back Josh Jacobs, and then you had like Chris Brooks, who's kind of more of the speed, or Emmanuel Wilson there. So I don't know. I sad to see him go. The mayor of Door County, Milwaukee.
Yeah. What about DeAndre Hopkins to the Ravens? It's that.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a name, but is that kind of the place receivers go to their grave?
I mean, I would say at one point maybe, but now they have Zay Flowers, Rashad Bateman.
But I'm talking about like older receivers. You know, I mean, you've had Des Bryant.
Des Bryant did go there. Odell
OBJ,
went there.
And now
OBJ.
at the end of their careers now, D-Hop's going there.
I'm not going to say anything because Dave will turn it that I'm calling Lamar trash. So I'm not going to say anything.
You know, it'd be a better pickup for the Ravens if they actually had a quarterback who could throw the ball instead of running it. I'm just kidding, Dave. Don't worry. The Lamar Jackson hate is not real. He should have been MVP last year. Per you.
You like that? You like that?
I like that.
That's all we'll say, Dave. That's all we'll say. Anyway, go ahead.
Chiefs secondary takes a blow with Justin Reed.
Yeah.
Going to the Saints.
Right.
So, I won't lie. I love seeing the Chiefs losing these guys. It is freaking awesome.
Right.
Because Justin Reed was a big part of that defense.
Right.
However, they did keep Nick Bolton, which is the leader of that defense with Chris
True.
Jones. So,
Gardner Minshew going to backup. Guess that means maybe Carson Wentz's time in not getting re-signed by the Chiefs.
the Eagles are 2-0 when Carson Wentz is on the bench.
Oh my gosh. If I was a Seahawks fan right now, I would be kind of frustrated with what they like. What are you trying to do? What are we doing?
You know, and we talked about this last week.
Tank,
right?
Or are we,
completely just swapping
flirting
players.
with it?
Yeah.
And then, let's get DeMarcus Lawrence. Oh, let's go get
Cooper Kupp.
Cooper Kupp. Oh, let's go sign Sam Darnold.
Yeah. Which, we were talking about last week. Are the Seahawks trying to tank because they don't have anyone? All it really was Jackson Smith and Jibwa. But now whatever. But now you bring in Cooper Kupp with it. That adds a lot to it.
Right.
Because Cooper Kupp's still good. He's still got in him. He had one of his best years last year. I mean, he missed a couple games.
Blows my mind that the Rams just
Let him walk, man.
Let him walk. I mean, I get they got Devontae out of it.
Mm-hmm.
I think Devontae's older than Cooper Kupp.
Yeah.
If not, they're the same age.
They're a couple years apart, I do believe.
And they made Puka change his number, which Puka looks better in number 12 than
17.
he ever did in 17. So,
So I don't know. Seahawks are hard to read right now.
Francis, Dave is getting his beauty sleep. And thanks for the vote of confidence.
Heck yeah. So
Anyway, NFL draft's right around the corner.
Oh wait, we're forgetting one. A big one here. Tim Patrick, your favorite wide receiver in Detroit, is
Does
staying
jack
in Detroit
shit every year,
until he plays
all
you guys.
year until he plays the Packers. And then all of a sudden he has 2 freaking receiving touchdowns.
Oh, that was
It was
great.
just like the receiver for the Vikings, not Jordan Addison or Justin Jefferson, but their third string receiver. I can't remember his name this last year.
I can't either.
But he dropped balls just about as good as the Green Bay Packers wide receivers did, right?
Yep.
And then he caught everything in the
Right.
Packers game.
That's how it goes, man.
You know, luck of the Irish, I guess. I don't know.
Yeah.
Luck of the Chiefs. I don't know what it is.
So I don't know. Let's
What
recap
do
our
you
teams.
know?
Let's recap our teams real quick, a little bit in free agency.
Okay.
You know, I mean, I'll go first with the Eagles. You know, it's been a weird offseason. How we kind of said it was
Lane
gonna be
Johnson
weird.
said it was Howie's season
Yeah, which
on X.
and I had no idea what was really going on, but the AJ Dillon signing, I really like. That's gonna be great. Josh Uche, that's gonna be awesome. And then Dory Jackson bringing that
He was
veteran
from
presence.
the Patriots, right? Or was he somewhere in between the Patriots and
Oh, who was he with last year? Chiefs.
was he with the Chiefs?
I do believe so. And then
Chiefs
Adoree,
got hit.
they did, yeah. Which, like I said, I love to see.
Do
And
you
then,
like the Adoree Jackson move?
I do, because I don't want to see DeJean on the outside, because he killed it in the slot for us.
Yeah.
And so,
I mean, he's quick enough to play outside.
yeah. So I kind of wanted to see that. So bringing in Dory Jackson, that was huge in my opinion.
Yeah, no, I think
So.
it's a good move.
Which I know I mentioned it. Maybe I did. Maybe I didn't. I really wanted us to go get Asante Samuel Jr. So,
Yeah.
which I'm surprised he's still free agent. I mean, there's still some big names out there.
Yeah, it's wild.
Stephon Diggs is
There
still
is.
out there too.
Well,
I mean, he's coming off torn ACL, so his might take a little longer.
yeah.
But still, there's some big names out there still,
Yeah.
and
Current
like-
OBJ situation.
yeah,
Anyway, yeah, no, going off the Packers though. I mean, our creative guy thought he was funny.
it's pretty good.
It was a pretty good clip, but anyway. But the Packers actually, I like the moves they make. Right, like Aaron Banks,
hmm
Aaron Brooks.
I'm glad you-
Aaron Banks.
It's Banks.
Aaron Banks.
I don't think it's
I don't know why.
Aaron, is it?
Is it? I don't know. Banks. Whatever his first name is.
Aaron Brooks was quarterback for
Right.
the Saints back
That's
in the
what
day.
it was. Anyway, I really like that move. Kind of shore up our offensive line. They let Josh Myers leave, which is good, but Josh Myers whiffed on way too many blocks to be worth a huge contract, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then you have, I really like the Nate Hobbs signing.
Mm-hmm.
Be our slot corner. I mean, we had Javon Bullard there last year, but it allows us to have some depth at safety,
Right.
right? Because Javon Bullard and Nevin Williams can work simultaneously with X back there. Looks like right now the Packers are going to hold on to Jair, so that's kind of cool.
I know.
I'm glad. Like, we've talked about it before, and I'm like, if you get the right price, but you don't just trade him to trade him, right?
Right.
I don't think that's, unless he's like a complete cancer, you don't just trade him to trade him.
Correct.
So it looks like right now, it looks like he's going to end up with the Packers. Probably get released tomorrow at 8 o'clock, but
That's how it goes. Kind of like when I was praising CJ last week, and the next morning
like,
He
"Screw
gone.
You Ryan,
he gone.
he going.
Eagles did also sign Azeez Ojulari as well.
Yeah, Packers forgot that you win games in the trenches, and that meant bold trenches.
So yeah, I'm happy with what the Eagles have done.
Yeah.
Still.
I'm satisfied with the Packers. It was very much what the Packers do.
Mm-hmm.
So.
Correct. So,
I'm not going to complain about it.
Otto, what have you liked about the Raiders?
The Raiders.
Have they done
They've
much?
retooled their team.
Yeah. Who have they signed? Like, legit question, because I don't have them on here.
Well, they got Geno Smith.
Geno Smith, that's right. They traded for Geno Smith.
Didn't they sign a receiver?
Which Otto really liked the Smith signing.
Yeah. I think Pete Carroll could put the Raiders. I mean, as long as Mark Davis stays out of the way, I think Pete Carroll can do some good things in Las Vegas.
Right.
But I still do think that John Gruden should still be the head coach of that team. So
Right. Another one we kind of forgot that's kind of big. I know we mentioned Broncos winning free agency last week. They signed Evan Ingram as well at tight end.
Yeah, that's good.
So that's
Broncos are
gonna be a big
making
one.
some good moves.
They are. And
Really good
like
moves.
we said, that division's going to be a good division next year.
Yeah,
So
true. That'll be a tough division.
for the top 3. Sorry, Otto.
Oh,
I'm sorry, Otto.
it'll be the NFC North of next season,
Right.
and they'll all just blow it in the playoffs.
That means the Chiefs
It
blowing
happens.
it, so I'd be happy with that. So
Well, we know with the Super Bowl logo, the Chargers are making it to the Super Bowl. So
that's true against the Lions.
no, it's against the Packers.
No.
Yep, we know it.
All right. Well, anything else from the NFL that you want to talk about?
Nope.
No? Okay. Well, you know what time it is?
Top 5 time.
It's time for our top 5.
Top
So-
5, top 5, top. What's your top 5?
So we got
Got any honorable mentions today?
our top 5 players from college tournaments.
This is like tournament performances, right? This isn't like a single game. Tournament performances overall.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
So I kind of put just some fun players on there just because I'm fans of them. I only did a couple honorable mentions. Honorable mentions: Curry, Hayward, AD, Walbrook. So then my number 5, Doug McDermott. I was a big Doug McDermott fan back in the day. I'm not sure if he still holds all-time record for points.
Yeah. With Creighton, was it Creighton?
Oh my gosh, who was it?
Wasn't it Creighton?
I don't think it was Creighton.
I think it was Creighton.
Look it up. I'm going over the rest of my top 5. Number 4, I have Carmelo Anthony. Number 3, I have Zion Williamson. That guy was crazy. Crazy to watch him Duke, man. Like, crazy. I still remember just his little movie he was doing that one time, going for a step back, whatnot.
Blew his shoe out.
Blew his shoe out, man. Like, never seen that before. Just insane. And then I have Katie.
He was
Back
great,
in
by the way.
Texas. It was great. All right. Good to know. And then number 1, I have my boy Kemba Walker. When he let you come to that title back in 2010, man, dude, that guy tore it up. So I got 2 of my top ones there. Katie, then Kemba. It was a tough one. I didn't know who I wanted number 1, but I remembered more about Kemba in that than I did Katie. So
Yeah. No, Francis said Tyler Hansborough. I mean, if we're going off college players, like, I mean, he did have a pretty successful career, right?
mm-hmm.
Didn't really pan out in the NBA, but
Yeah, because he got stuck with the frickin' Hornets and they didn't do anything.
right, a lot of people got stuck in Charlotte. Kemba won. Anyway,
Emek Okafor as well.
honorable mentions: Trey Burke, Naismith Player of the Year. Did really good with Michigan that year. Then went and played for the Jazz, and then had one good year, and then somehow just it all fell
I'm
apart.
surprised you have a Michigan player on there at all.
Evan Turner, and Greg Oden, some Ohio State guys. Honorable mentions.
Mm-hmm.
Greg Oden, I'm still certain they should have asked for a birth certificate.
I am 12. $10.
I have Mello. So his was an honorable mention. What he did was crazy. Taking Syracuse to their first national championship. I was surprised when I was doing my research that it wasn't till that 2002-2003 season that they won their first national championship. John Morant, I don't know if you remember, that's when he really like lit it up. Who did John Morant play college ball for?
Marquette.
Marquette wasn't. No, it wasn't. It was McNissy State.
That was Marquette.
I think it was McNissy State. Ernie says, "Oh my gosh, what's up, Ernie?
What does he say?
Oh my gosh," with love hearts. And then he deleted his comment.
LOL.
There you have it. What's up, Ernie? Anyway,
Murray State.
Murray State. Okay, yeah, we were both wrong. Francis, we need you on here as a fact checker.
We had them's right.
This is true. We all had it. I had the state right. So. Not the state, but the state part of it. All right, my number 5, Jimmer Fredette. They only made it to the Sweet 16, but Jimmer Mania, like, that whole season and then into the tournament was crazy. I mean, we still, to this day,
talk about
14,
Jimmer,
15 years later, put up a shot on Wednesday nights. Jimmer.
Jimmer.
You know, or we say Kobe.
Kobe.
Or Steph, you know.
Yep.
But nothing really took like Jimmer. The next one, I don't know if you remember this one. It was the Duke Duke won the national championship. But number 4 was Frank Kosminski.
Frank the Tank.
Like that Wisconsin team with him leading it was so good.
Mm-hmm.
Like they were so good. Like, but they were beating even better teams. Like they beat that undefeated Kentucky team in the Final Four to go to the national championship, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then they ran out of gas against a really good Duke team.
Right.
But like that Frank Kosminski, he played so good that what am I trying to say? That run that they made. Fortunately it didn't end for them like they wanted it to, but it was a great run. Anyway, sorry, I'm just looking at Francis's comments. He has given us the information we need. Francis, that's why you're the MVP. All right, number 3, Derrick Rose with Memphis. Led them to, I believe, the national championship. They ended up losing it. But then there was the whole, did he get paid to go to Memphis back when Calipari was there?
Mm-hmm.
Yada, 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 right? So Derrick Rose, but he played out of his mind. That seemed, unfortunately, his knee was gone too soon. So number 2 is Steph. Again, we talked about when I was doing my research, 34.3 points per game. Cook Davidson, team you probably never heard of before that.
Nope.
Made a sweet run with them. That's when the legend of Steph Curry was born, right?
Yep.
And my number 1 is Kemba Walker.
Kemba number 1. All right.
Kemba went number 1. I just, that was an incredible title run, and it was
amazing
him
to watch, man.
that fed the whole thing, right? Like
It was. He had
so
so
good.
many.
So good.
Him with that step back mid range jumper, man.
Yeah.
He was so clutch with
It was
that.
so good. You've been a Kemba Walker fan you have a Kemba Walker jersey.
UConn jersey, yep.
Yeah. So I thought about pulling Darth Vader out here and putting a Duke jersey on him,
Gross.
but then I decided not to. Obviously,
Good man.
could have put it on Captain America up here, but shout out or honorable mention I missed Shabazz Napier, the UConn run with him.
I totally forgot about
That was really
Shabazz.
good.
Yeah.
Remember, and then like after he complained about the conditions that he had to work in, that he did the title run.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
Yep. Totally forgot about Shabazz. Forgot about that year, man. I'm surprised KD didn't even make your list, though.
no, I mean he was, no,
I remember playing
no,
I remember playing with him in college basketball. The man would not miss. Like, it was insane
Right?
to shoot with him.
dude. They need to come out with another college basketball game.
Yes,
But
they do.
please, EA Sports, don't come out with it. Let NBA, or not NBA, let 2K come out with it.
Mm-hmm. That'd be
Which-
awesome.
It's a conversation for another day.
Yes,
Madden
yes.
26 is the last year that Madden has the exclusive license if they don't renew it.
Oh, really?
Comeback season.
ESPN NFL.
ESPN NFL 2K.
2K5 was
Ryan wants his
best.
crib back.
2K5, not Madden.
2K. Like if we did top 5 sports video games, I think that would be number 1 on both our lists.
NFL 2K5 is by far the best video game so far advanced in time there's ever been. That nothing's even compared to that game. Like, I remember the coolest thing being able to customize everything in your crib, change colors of everything.
Oh my gosh.
All the trophies you could earn in your trophy room.
Sorry, guys. We let Ryan go off on a tangent.
Just line the entire trophy cases and whatnot. The individual player wants to do this with this player. Those were the hardest ones to get, I remember. But that game was so cool. Like, you could go up and view each one, view what you had to do for them, and dude, that thing was awesome. I mean, I remember playing darts on that, air hockey.
Yeah, air hockey. Yeah.
I think you could play
That's
pool
so
too,
cool.
right?
Yeah. You
Yeah.
could change like the couches to have like you
Your
got high enough
team.
points. You could have like the Packers on your couch if you wanted. That was so cool.
You could have banners, framed jersey hanging up.
Yeah. That was so cool. Francis said people forget Napier won 2 national championships. I forgot that too.
Was it?
Yeah.
Sheesh.
They did really good. Ernie says, "Oh my gosh, the guy on the left is my cousin and he's famous." I'm on the left, so
Would you be the right?
well, the camera
Oh yeah.
flips it right, so
Yeah.
I'm on the left if you're watching the video.
Right. Okay.
Thanks, guys. I just gave Ryan a technology lesson, so
Yeah, I
thanks for
guess.
tuning in. Special shout out though.
So go back to 2K5. No, just
No.
kidding.
Ryan could talk your ear off about that. We're gonna From the Sidelines produces
We should do that.
From the Couch,
From
a
the
video
couch,
game podcast,
where you sit on the couch and play.
and talk about old video games.
I like
Remember in NBA? Okay, so this horse is not dead yet. But do you remember in ESPN 2K you could do the first person view
Yes.
playing the games?
Dude, that was so hard at times when that first came out, but it was freaking sweet, man.
You loved that.
That was dope.
That setup. 20 years ago that game came out.
Wild.
It was also nice because it was $20.
Yes. Now they're freaking 70. Crazy.
But crazy is that Madden 05 was actually considered one of the best because it was driven so much by ESPN, right? Like
Mhm.
that's the thing. If you watch, I believe it's in the game.
Was Ray Lewis on the cover of Madden
Yeah.
2005?
Yep.
Yeah. And T.O. was on 2K.
Yeah, it's in the game, I believe it was called. But it's a documentary and it goes through them creating Madden and how like stringent they had to be, and then they missed a year. I believe it was Madden 98 they missed because it was a console generation change, and Sega had come out with it. Anyway, it was super interesting. But Madden was legit threatened by it, and so they really stepped up their game. Like 04, you had the crazy Michael Vick that you could just
That
do
guy was a
anything
cheat,
with.
man.
He was a
Like-
cheat code in that game.
You could run with him and he wouldn't be caught by anyone.
Right, and then 05 they needed to switch. That people consider that the best Madden game,
Interesting.
and so people
I
are
remember
thinking
that.
that they really need to step up their game in 26, or the NFL will be like, no, we're gonna put this up for bid
Yeah.
and see who gets it. So
I hope it does. I want 2K.
and then I say
to get it
2K
now.
does a good job, but then they
They'll find a
nerfed
way to screw it up.
2K25. So
Yeah. Go back to 2K5, man. Use everything from that. Give us our crib.
right,
Everything and happy.
just like update the graphics on that game. Just pull it back. Still have TO in the game.
back in the day,
fine.
those were the best graphics ever, man.
They were really good, and that's why you really should. It's on Amazon Instant Video or Amazon
Interesting.
Prime Video,
I'll have to see about
but you'll have to watch it. It was pretty good. Francis wants NBA and NFL Street brought back.
I
I want NFL Blitz brought back. Like, let's talk about NFL Blitz. For a
NFL
little
Blitz
bit,
is
right?
more fun. Yeah.
That was a fun game when you'd like catch up to somebody at like the 3-yard line and you just grab them, throw them back
Throw 'em
10 yards,
backwards.
and they were
Mhm.
ended up at the 13-yard line.
Forward progress didn't exist in that game.
It's true. It's true. So, I mean, EA did a good job. They need the team that developed. I mean, there are some glitches and there are some algorithm issues, but college football 25,
It's pretty fun.
it's a pretty fun game. It's one of my favorite football games I've played in a long. I mean, I'm still playing it
It's the hardest thing though is
over Madden right now.
when you're on the road and you throw one pick to get that momentum back.
They actually
It is so.
they
crazy.
updated that,
Did they?
so you don't throw like. I mean, I told you about the game. Like we played a game, Brandon and I. I mean, we're just BSing right now, but
Thanks for tuning in, guys.
Brandon and I played a game, Oklahoma versus Texas, and I got Brandon to throw me 12 interceptions.
That's
I think he had
insane.
more completions to me than he did his team.
That's wild.
And so, like that, like I stopped playing after that for a while because it was like, yeah, like if you start throwing interceptions in that game,
Mhm.
you were screwed,
Yeah.
right?
It was
They've
crazy.
gotten a lot better. So,
Yeah.
still, I enjoyed college football a lot better this year than I did Madden. So,
Yeah.
haven't even touched NBA.
I haven't either. So,
Anyway,
all right, guys. Well, let us know your top 5 players. I mean, it's been fun.
yeah,
And then again, don't forget to fill out your bracket, share with your friends, invite all your friends.
Yeah.
We'll do some more giveaways here coming up as well after
Yeah.
this March Madness is over. So
like us on TikTok, FT Sidelines. So,
yeah. And if you guys have any questions or
Post
anything
some
you want us
sweet
to
reels
talk
on
about,
there.
let us know. Otto, we'll get with you. We want you to come on when we discuss your Raiders. The Raiders. So
Sorry, that hurt your ears.
yes, dude.
Sorry.
What?
Okay.
What?
It's time. What'd you say?
What?
Oh, that you want to say. All right, we probably should
Yeah.
end this.
So
now,
if you guys, like I said, if you want to discuss
Yep.
anything, let us know. You guys can easily hit us up you're friends with us and whatnot. So hit us up if you want to come on here. Let us know. We can set something up.
And we can get you on the phone, just like we do with Mark.
Yeah.
So
if you don't want to come in person, we can do it over the phone as well. So, but
it's funner to do in person.
That's what she said.
And with that, just kidding. But no, as our sports start ending, as NBA finishes up, as NFL kind of, comes into
to a little
hibernation
slow.
for a little bit. We're going to start talking more about the NFL. So we only have baseball.
Well, first we got the draft coming up here.
We got the draft, coming up. But we're gonna start reviewing before the next season. We're gonna, once it's all kind of settled down, we're gonna start probably right after the draft or even right before the draft.
Yeah,
we're gonna just focus on each division. And people, if we know that you're a fan of the team, we're gonna have you on.
Yeah,
we want to have a lot of different people
because we might be able to go 2 teams per week, like 2 teams 1 week, then the rest of the division the next, and whatnot, or the whole division. I don't know. It'll just depend because there'll be a lot to talk about and a lot of fun dissecting these teams. So
yeah, we won't need to talk about the Eagles. So
we'll hear plenty.
We're gonna have some
baby.
Packers fans on. So
gross.
Sorry about you.
All right, guys.
All right, everyone.
Thanks for tuning in.
Have a great time. We will catch you next week. Good luck with your bracket, and don't forget, enter the bracket tournament.
Sayonara.
Peace out, everyone.